Greetings YouTubers, it's Big Jim, London Taxi International on a 2003 plate TX2 with 186,000 miles and not climbing on the clock because she's in mothballs at the moment and she's feeling, Poppy's not feeling too happy at the moment because we haven't got her out on the road. And the reason we haven't got her out on the road, as you probably know from my last depressing blog, we're COVID bound. And so I'm taking the cheaper option and just running around in loads of old bangers basically. And one of the old bangers, well, I say old bangers, one of them is this one I've just got now, which has been flashing up some problems. Do you know what? They say that the flipping LTIs are the old taxis give problems. I tell you what, mate. This one's starting to give some, I tell you. It's too intelligent for its own good. I mean, it's a 2007 plate, but it's just loaded with far too much stuff in this old Mini. R56, this one. It's just loaded with so much, absolutely so much stuff. And it's been kicking up an airbag fault, and that always worries me a little bit because you get the little you get down on the little dashboard there because it imitates, you know, you've got the large display down here, circular display, trying to imitate an old Mini and failing miserably. We had an airbag warning fault light come up on here that using the OBD reader would not clear, which meant that the fault was a permanent fault. So eventually have traced it now. I've traced it back to underneath the passenger seat. I tell you what, the joys of YouTube. This is a sort of, you know, I haven't really dug around under these cars that much, and there's someone on YouTube's got the same sort of problem. And lo and behold, BMW in their infinite wisdom, there's a module just underneath the passenger seat that's got loads of little thin, very sort of 2mm wires that go into this junction box, and basically the wires pull out on them and start to give loads and loads of different faults come up then. And I was actually getting an airbag warning light fault coming on, and it was also giving me a permanent seatbelt warning light coming on, even though I'd clipped in my seatbelt, and it was starting to miff me a little bit because I thought myself, A, possibly the airbags won't go off in an accident, or B, even worse, they might go off when they're not involved in an accident. So that's something that I've traced today. Came out because I was going to come out yesterday because I'm off work now for a week. I was going to come out yesterday and have a go, but boy, was it cold, gang? Was it cold? I took one look out and I thought, nah, I'm not going to be stretched out in this. Even stretched out in the garage, no way in a million years. So I've came out late this morning, eventually woke up and went out there and went through loads of tests with the old reader and the scanner. Tracked down the fault, exactly what it was underneath the seat, and repaired the fault, and also now I've cleared the fault on the scanner, the comms faults, cleared it all through, and now we've got no lights come up here whatsoever. And in doing that, it's also cleared the seatbelt warning light because they're intermixed, and the car's happy. All lights are now off. Thank God for the old the reader, because not a lot of people own them, although you should own a reader. They are essential now for cars after about 2003, and light vehicles or trucks going up to modern day vehicles now. They're basically like having a little mechanic next to you. The good ones actually tell you what the fault is, and they don't just give you a code. It actually tells you where the fault lies, and then you can just look in your manual or look in online, and then get the replacement part and just snap it in. It's not like the Haynes Manual days, gang. Do you remember them? Haynes Manual, taking your car all to pieces by yourself, and then hopefully, fingers crossed, putting it back together again, and hopefully not have too many bolts left over. So yeah, the old scanners, if you're going to think about getting one, do not buy the cheap ones. The cheap 19, 20 quid scanners are absolutely useless. They will read some vehicles, some other vehicles they don't read, and they really haven't got the provision for resetting either. They're not good at all. If you're going to get one, spend a bit of money and get yourself a decent one. Where's my bicycle? I've still got mine here somewhere. Let's have a look. There's my one. That's a Creeder. That's the latest model that's just come out. It's a bit of a big old girl, but she's rubbered, and you know, it's brilliant. I mean, I've got it registered to me now. Bit of a pig to set them up, actually. You have to register an online account with Creeder, and then you are then allowed to go in and download the latest updates of all the vehicles, which I've done. And now I've got a database on there which downloads onto like a little memory, MMS memory card that you plug in there, so you have all the latest updates there. So no matter what car you do, you just plug it in and it automatically senses it, and you get a lifetime of updates as well on that. So yeah, it's just another little weapon in your arsenal just to keep your old vehicles just up and running. It works, you know. I mean, that saved me an absolute fortune. All right, the actual mechanical work there was like 20 minutes, half an hour sorting out that wiring underneath the passenger seat. Where the money comes in and where the garages love to earn the money off you is with the readers, because most people can't. They don't automatically reset themselves because you found the fault. The fault code's already stored within the car, so it needs to be cleared, and that normally means going off to a dealership or going off to a mechanic that's got one of those, and if he's very, very nice, he'll charge you 25, 30 quid for about 10 seconds, 20 seconds to reset it. And if you go to a main dealer, you're going to be talking 65, 70 quid and possibly a little bit more to plug it into their reader. So if you are thinking of doing it, it doesn't hold you down to certain models. You've got every single model of vehicle that you want on there. It's certainly worth a go. Do your homework, check it out. If you've got more money, pay a little bit more for a decent one. If you're going to get one that actually reads as well, not only engine codes, but also steering codes, and also SRS airbag codes, you need to pay a little bit more to reset those, because the cheaper ones don't even look at the airbags and don't look at certain stuff, so they're a waste of time, really. But apart from that, that one's done now until the next fault comes. But at least I'm light free now. We can drive now without keep looking down to the left hand and thinking, I hope I don't go over a bump and an airbag decides to flipping suddenly go up on me and go bang. I think this one's got, there's one on the front steering, side impact ones as well, and also up the top here on the upright columns there as well. It says airbag in there as well. So there's a few airbags in here to go off, and they're things you don't really want to muck about with, and just reset them and move on to something else. So apart from that, Poppy is, as I said, she's sort of waiting really to come back out. I will do it. We've been told now, I believe, that we could be looking at sort of towards March, April, May time, looking at a summer with everything open, and then perhaps a few of the old rallies will be opening up, so we'll be able to sort of get back to some normality. I'll be able to get Poppy out there, give her a complete flush and a drain through, full service, new MOT on her, and get her back out chugging around on the road, because she's probably getting a little bit fed up where she is just sitting down there doing nothing. So apart from that, I'm feeling really good. Sorry about my last one, guys. I sort of I look back on it. One of my listeners, one of my video listeners, said to me, "My God, after watching that vlog of yours, I ended up taking some Valium, going on the Valium." And I looked back over it and I thought to myself, yeah, you were a bit down, weren't you? It was just one of those things. I was just fed up. I'm all right now. Hopefully, fingers crossed and toes crossed, that we're going to get out of this and we can start to move forward into better times, gang. And once I do get her up, if any of you all are around and I get Poppy back out on the road, possibly any of you sort of around the area or have Poppy will travel, we can meet up somewhere, all have a bite to eat or something, a half a lager, but only a half because we're driving, and a pub lunch somewhere or something like that. That'd be really nice if there's anyone else out there that wouldn't mind doing that. I'm well into that. It'll be nice once we get to some normality to go out to someone and actually shake them by the hand rather than touch elbows or wave to them at a distance. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward as well to seeing my children, all of them, and my grandchildren as well. It's been a long time, you know, to actually forcefully stay away, although you've got Zoom and you've got, you know, Messenger and YouTube video. It doesn't really cut it, does it, with families? I understand the reasons for it, and the R rate now has dropped right down. I've already had one jab in the arm, and it's I haven't grown 3 heads yet. Mind you, if I was to grow another head the size of me, and that's another thing I heard on the radio, gang, earlier on. They were saying that they reckon now there's going to be an epidemic of people that have been eating and drinking too much over the pandemic. People then, they're going to come out there with added problems, joints and high blood pressure due to eating the wrong foods, putting on too much weight, and also drinking too much alcohol. So possibly, yes, the COVID drops, the figures drop down for COVID, but with that, obesity and also, you know, alcohol consumption or dependency is, they reckon that's the next thing coming out, as well as loads of other illnesses, cancers and heart problems that really have remained undiagnosed because people have missed their appointments or haven't gone to the doctors because they can't get to see the doctor. Who knows what we're going to come out with, gang, once we walk out of this. I really don't know. But all I know is that I'm okay, all my children are all right, grandchildren are all right, and I'm looking forward to seeing them all. I keep saying to them we're all going to get together for one big bash. We're all going to go out on a all-you-can-eat. They love there's a Chinese that's not far from us that does that all-you-can-eat for a set meal, and it looks like I'm going to be paying for that, and we'll all get all the family out of there just to get together. That'd be nice. I'm looking forward to that, just to getting back to normal life, you know. You take it for granted. You take it for granted. Perhaps this should be a lesson to all of us, you know. We're all jumping up and down now. We're all complaining. We're all saying what, you know, how we're feeling at the moment. But when we had that freedom to be able to do what we wanted, we all took it for granted. And I was just as bad. I'm a very impulsive sort of person. I can just jump in my car and think, right, where do I go to today? I could go off to Whiteways, take Poppy up there, watch the biker boys up there, go off to a boot sale, go off somewhere. You know, I was always driving around, and I could make my own mind up where I want to. I mean, I'm allowed to come out now because I'm ready to do a little bit of shopping. So I'm just out to do a little bit of shopping now. So I haven't done anything wrong. I'm going to do a bit of shopping now, and then it'll be go back home, and then just take it easy for the rest of the evening. But I've got to get back to some sort of physical activity. I have put some weight on, and unfortunately at my age, and the size I am at the moment, I can't afford to put on too much weight. Although I have taken my blood pressure, and my blood pressure is normal, but that doesn't mean anything. You know, when I do go for eventually get to see my doctor, who I get on quite well with in the practice, he's not going to be too happy with me. He really isn't. So my plan is to try and lose some weight before he calls me. You feel like you're a naughty schoolboy when you go in and you see the doctor and he sits there sort of shaking his head. You know, stick thin, marathon runner, you know, and he always taps me in the stomach. Carrying that's not going to do you any good in later life. Yeah, I know that, Doc. I know that, but I've got an excuse this time round. There's only so much walking that you can do, you know, for exercise. I've just, you know, I've run out of that. So I'm not saying I'm going to go down to be a stick thin person, but I do need to do something. And hopefully, once we get that sort of the door opens and we're free to do what we want, I'll be able to sort of just curb my eating because I'm bored. Sit there with nothing to do, so you end up rummaging through the cupboards and the fridge, and also it's not drink with me actually, because I can go a week and probably a couple of cans out the fridge. It's the picky, peanutty, pork pie, that sort of savoury thing. Not so much sweets, but you know, the savoury side. That is me. So I've got to stop it. You know, because I mean, I was driving two of the smallest cars you can get. I mean, it's a bloody Mini, and I'm getting in here, no problem. And the other one was the little fart box, which was the little smart for two. I mean, but that was fine. So I'm still mobile, still active, but I feel quite lethargic. I need to get out and do a bit more. So watch this space. I'm going to be doing a little bit of once the sun comes up and we're allowed to do what we want. I'm going to go out and do a bit of you know, just trying to keep a little bit fit and try and lose a bit more of this. All right, gang. Well, thank you very much. It's been nice speaking to you. I'm off now for a week. Monday, I'm off term time only, and yeah, I have been working. All what we've been doing with special needs children's, we've still been carrying these, and which means that we've still had our vehicles out there running, which means that we've got to be out there with them as well. So yeah, we've been working as normal day at the office for us, but we'll get together. We'll get Poppy out as well, get her done, get her serviced, and then back to some sort of normality. But until that happens, you're going to have to put up with the with all this Cooper-esque sort of stuff. I'll tell you what I could do, because this is all race tuned and everything like that. You know, the original Italian Job. If I can go and find a pipe to drive through, perhaps we could do some of the old stunts in the old Italian Job. And if you're of an age, you'll remember those stunts. That was done with the proper minis, the South Preservation Society. Right, I'm out of here, gang. I'm gonna go now and do some shopping. Shouldn't be so busy Monday. Nice and easy. I'm gonna get a few bits and pieces, and my God and your God willing, I will catch up with you all very, very soon. From Big Jim, who was driving the 2003 London Taxi International with 186,000 miles and stagnant. A very, very good afternoon to you, and we will catch up very, very soon. Comments below, good or bad. Try and be good, don't be too bad to me. And I know I've put on weight, okay? All your comments below. Hit the subscribe button as well. Is it that way or is it that way? You've got a little bell on there. Hit subscribe. Look, what else are you going to do? You might as well listen to me than listen to anything else. So click on the subscribe button. It will be great to catch up, and once we're all out of this, I'm sure we'll look behind and we won't smile, but we'll be talking about it in years to come. Nice speaking to you. Catch up very soon. Out of here. Ciao, ciao.